Hello Ipswich, I am Tony Marino, I'm your town manager, and we're here to give you another update on what's going on during COVID-19 here in Ipswich. As this continues to go on, we're starting to see some signs of hope as we get into phase 2 here with the Governor Baker's reopening plan. And today is Thursday, June 10th, I believe. So we are plugging along with preparations for town meeting. Right now we have everything set. We are set for June 27th at 9 a.m. That's a Saturday morning. We will have a tent set up with approximately 221 seats underneath the tent, all socially distanced, with a aisleway up the middle. There'll be a small stage for the moderator and the clerk, and then a couple of tables to the right and left that will house the myself and the chairs of the three main committees, the school committee, select board, and FinCom. And we are happy to announce that we'll also have like I've said before, we'll have not only the tent availability, but we'll also have the ability for people to stay in their cars. You'll be able to pull in. We'll be spacing out the cars, so they'll be at least 6 feet apart. And people will be able to tune into, I believe it's 87.9, and we'll give a flyer out the day of, but we're going to use an FM transmitter to take over that station locally, and we'll be able to broadcast our town meeting on that. So when you pull in your car, if you don't want to get out, you can pull in, you'll check in, you'll get a copy of a warrant, a flyer about what radio station to tune into, and more importantly, an electronic clicker. You'll park in a spot that you're pointed to, and then you'll be able to listen to the town meeting and vote using your electronic clicker on the warrant articles as they come up. There will be means and methods for you to ask questions, whether it's wave somebody down and we'll have a runner available, and or if you have the ability and have your cell phone with you, you can send an email as well. We'll have an email address that we'll be monitoring during the meeting. So we think we've addressed most of it. There'll be porta potties on site, plenty of hand sanitizer and all that stuff. So we're comfortable. We know we can pull off a safe meeting. We've been working with the Board of Health and our health director, and also closely with our town moderator. So we're excited to what we're calling historic town meeting here in historic Ipswich. Hopefully we only have to do this once, maybe again in the fall, but who knows, but hopefully just once, and then we'll get back to some normalcy here. So. Also, we part of phase 2 in the reopening plan is restaurants can be available for outdoor seating. So we have been working closely with our local restaurant owners to create as much outdoor seating as we can. Just last night, at Wednesday night, the select board approved all of the temporary outdoor liquor licenses, so they could serve alcohol on these outdoor seating locations we set up. Originally, we had thought we were going to close down Market Street on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. However, a few of the restaurants, one of them felt it was too far to walk to bring the food down, and another one preferred to just do a few less tables and stay on the sidewalks, i.e. the Choke Bridge Pub. So where we only had 2 restaurants participating, we decided to just set up open seating for them on the parking spaces on the other side of the street. So we are going to leave Market Street open. There will be some Jersey barriers on the corner there as you're coming down Central Street on the side where Heart and Soul Cafe is, and we'll create some parking there, and there'll be some temporary parking in front of Brown Dog starting next week. And then other restaurants have taken advantage of the outdoor seating as well. Hitaki will have their parking lot closed off with a tent and some seating. Same with the Heart House. I think it's Fox Creek Tavern there, up across from the high school, the Old Fuego. So lots of outdoor seating availability. A lot of it will be available reservation only, so please contact the restaurant to find out what service they're using to book your reservations. But we are excited about this, and we're moving forward and supporting all our local restaurants as we try to get through this time and get to phase 3, where they'll hopefully include some indoor seating, and then ultimately we will get them to phase 4, where we can get back to some real sense of normalcy here. So other than that, Colleen Fermon will give an update on what's going on with case counts and our opening of our playgrounds and parks. But right now I'm going to pass it over to Dr. Brian Blake, and he will give you an update on what's going on with the schools.
Thank you, Tony. And hello, Ipswich. We're closing in on the final week of the 1920 school year. June 17th is our last day of school for students. I want to thank the entire staff for their continued efforts to provide an education to our students and keep them engaged. I also want to thank all of the parents and guardians for their support during these past 4 months. This Saturday, the Ipswich High School class of 2020 will hold its graduation ceremony at the Crane Beach parking lot. beginning with a parade of graduates from the high school at 7:45 p.m. through town and onto the Crane Beach parking lot. The ceremony will start promptly at 8:30. It will be sort of a drive-through ceremony, and the graduates all know the process and plan for that. At the middle level, there'll be a drive-up celebration for 8th graders on Tuesday, June 16th at 8:15 on the campus of the middle and high school. The elementary schools will have moving on celebrations for the 5th graders on Monday, June 15th. Winthrop will hold theirs at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the Paul F. Doyon Memorial School will be at 6 o'clock. Again, they'll both be essentially drive-through celebrations. Our food service program continues to provide meals to any students in need, not just those eligible for free and reduced lunch. The meal delivery locations and times are the same: Rosewood from 11:30 to 12:30, Winthrop School from 11:30 to 12:30, Agawam Village from 11:30 to 12:15, and Powder House Village from 12:15 to 12:30. As you know, we've been delivering throughout this pandemic. We're delivering well over 100 meals a day to students in need. We plan to continue delivering meals throughout the month of June, and we're working with other community groups to determine the needs for the summer, so there'll be more to come on that. The Ipswich Public Schools Central Office is now open to the public from 9 to 1. Face masks are required before entering the building. There's a group that's been formed at the state level to provide direction for the reopening of our schools in the fall. We anticipate that the state will issue their directives. We've been told that it'll be about 85 to 90% directive as opposed to guidelines. We should have those the week of June 15th, so we're anticipating getting those next week. The School Facilities Working Group of the school committee is also shifting their focus. We've had several meetings around what it potentially could look like in the fall for the reopening. There's much work to be done over the summer to prepare for that reopening, whatever it might look like. But we're confident that we'll be ready for whatever the state or the pandemic throws at us. At this point, the track and the tennis courts, as well as the playgrounds, are open for use, but the fields remain closed to organize sports activities. We've taken the opportunity during the pandemic to do some work on the fields and want to give that some time to take. I think that's it for this week. Stay safe.
All right, great. Thank you, Brian. And now we're going to bring in Sheila Taylor, who will have some good news on what we're doing over at the Council on Aging with regard to a slow reopening. And for that, I'll let Sheila give you the update on that.
Thank you, Tony. You're right, we do have very exciting news. It's very gradual. It's not anything big, but for us it is very exciting because we finally feel like we are moving forward maybe one step only, but we really miss everybody at the senior center, and we want to offer a safe option for people that feel comfortable to come, the ability to come and visit. No activities will be going on, no programs other than the Zoom programs and the cable programs that are still happening. But one lady I ran into, she said that she thinks her friends will come. So here's what we're doing. We're having 2 shifts for people to come and visit. Every afternoon in June from 1 to 3, Monday through Friday, people can come, only 8 at a time by appointment only. We have both the cafeteria and the lounge set up with social distancing in mind, 6 feet apart. We moved half the chairs and sofas into the cafeteria, and we have tables set up, and then the other half in the lounge. So 4 in each room. We have computers available, and people are welcome to use those. In between, we will be sanitizing completely everything. So we're very excited. We understand that not everybody is ready to make that move yet, but for those of you who are, we are excited to see you, and we are looking forward to that. So the other shift is Wednesdays and Friday mornings from 9 to 11. So mornings 9 to 11 when we don't do the grab and go meals, and then every afternoon from 1 to 3. So call us to make an appointment and come and visit. But if in the meantime you still need assistance, we still have the volunteers that are helping with grocery shopping. We still have the van service that is going. We're now limiting to only 3 people at a time. We just feel that that is a safer number. Everybody needs to wear masks when they're on the van, but we're going to the grocery stores. People are going to the hairdressers now. Felt so good to go. So we are excited to provide people that opportunity. And we're seeing some semblance of life returning, and we're really happy to be a part of that. In addition, with the positive news that is happening, the grab-and-go hot meals that we deliver or are picked up will be stopping on Thursday, June 25th. We were happy to do that, and what we're doing for people who feel that they still need the assistance, we are helping to refer to Senior Care's Meals on Wheels program. It's actually the same food, but it would go through Senior Care, and we'll help set people up with that. So any questions, though, certainly call us, and we're happy to walk you through and talk about what we're planning. So we're still up in the air with the income tax preparation program. The AARP at the national level is really holding the program tight. We have the volunteers that are ready to come back and do the tax for people. We actually have 66 people that still had appointments that have not been helped yet. We're going to call everybody and see what your status is. A lot of people may have gone elsewhere to do that. If you owe taxes generally, you could file for an extension and then pay a general amount of what you usually pay each year, so that you get the extension, but if you do owe money, they expect you to make some form of payment. We can help walk you through that as well, in the hopes that the AARP program will start back in July, but we've just been pushed back so many times that we hate to offer a glimmer of hope with that. So we're also letting people know that there are two wonderful accountants in town, accounting firms, Ellen Rose and the Tsoutsouris Company. They're both in Ipswich, and they could do your taxes for you. Also, there are some H&R Block sites that are open. They are in Danvers, Gloucester, and Saugus. Those are the closest ones to us. So that's another option if you'd rather not wait for us to have news about the AARP tax program. So the other thing that has really been causing a lot of confusion for people are the stimulus payment debit cards that some people have received in the mail. We were all told at the beginning you'd either receive a check or direct deposit into your bank account, but that did not necessarily happen for everybody. A lot of people received debit cards in the mail in a blank envelope that then really looked like it was a credit card offer. A lot of people threw them out or shredded them when it turns out it was actually money from the federal government, which was your stimulus payment for the first round. So there are options. Without getting into it too much in detail, I suggest you just give us a call because we can help you with that. It is actually fairly easy to access your money if you do it online, if you have that ability. So, but please call us, 978-356-6650. We'll help you walk through that. But just know it is real. It was not a scam. It really was not planned well, but that is money that is due to you. And also the last note on that is please also hold on to that debit card if you have not yet thrown it out, because in case there's a second round of payment, it might go on that same card. So it couldn't really get any more confusing, but we'll help. We're going to figure it out each step. So thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you and hope we all continue on the upswing. Thanks.
All right, great. Thanks, Sheila. And also with that, if you have any seniors that do want to venture out and attend town meeting and are comfortable sitting under the tent with masks and 6 feet apart and all of that, and they want to and they need transportation, feel free to give us a call. We'll make sure that we arrange the vans. As Sheila said, we're limiting to 3 passengers on the van, but we can certainly get people to and from town meeting on that Saturday. So please reach out to either myself or Sheila if you do want to attend town meeting. We can certainly, like I said, it will be a safe, socially distanced environment, and wear a mask, but we can certainly arrange transportation and get you there. All right, and up next now we have Colleen Fermon from the Public Health Department, our Public Health Director. She will give us an update on what's going on with case counts and our parks and playgrounds and things of that.
Thank you, Tony. So as the case count is holding at 71 right now, we only have 6 people under isolation currently, so those are people who are still ill and need to be separated from others. We've had a total of 82 contacts with 11 people currently under quarantine, so those are people exposed but don't have symptoms yet. When we look at what's happening with the cases, we started off with a case in the end of March, and then through April, we were seeing case counts go to 8 or 9 per week into May. But currently, we've seen a drop. It's really been the last few weeks, we're at more 4 cases per week. So we are seeing a significant decline in cases. So that's really good, and it basically is comparable to what the governor's seeing throughout the state, and that's why we moved to phase 2. It's still important that everyone follow the guidelines to keep these case counts down. So that is practicing social distancing and wearing masks when you can't social distance, and also wearing masks in public places. So as the businesses open up, like restaurants and retail stores, you still want to make sure you have a mask available when you're going into places, and as employees, you'll be required to wear a mask. It's really important when you're outside. Now we have parks and playgrounds open, athletic fields. These are all great things for people to get out and get exercise. You do want to follow guidelines that are posted, and typically we're looking at limiting gatherings, wearing a mask, trying to make sure good hygiene is going on. So you want to wash your hands or use hand sanitizer when you leave. You want to try to teach your kids not to touch their face, and also this applies to adults. It's very hard, but we all want to practice that. So it's great to get outside and enjoy these areas. We're getting a lot of calls about parks and playgrounds, so they are open. And you just want to read the rules when you go to use these facilities and try to follow them to the best of your ability. Another thing is I want to mention with the downtown area, it's great. We're going to have some outdoor seating. So you want to expect that those areas will be busier than they have in the past. So have a mask available in case you come to an area where you can't social distance, or that you're just going to be entering into where a lot of people will start going to, like the restaurants and outdoor seating, or some of the retail stores that are open. So just plan ahead, and that way everyone will be happy and safe. And then also I want to mention, as part of the plan with this outdoor dining and the reopening of a lot of these business sectors, we do have 2 people available, John Morris and Rich Berube, who will be helping out the businesses and also responding to any inquiries you have. So they'll be present downtown and other areas of town. So if you see them, they will have ID on them, and you can talk to them and ask any questions you have. Or if you have any concerns, you can certainly call the public health office, and we'll get back to you with any of the guidance that you're looking for. So we're really hoping we can help these businesses reopen and be successful. And we just ask that everyone do their part to keep each other safe. If you have any questions, there's a lot of information on the town website, so ipswichma.gov. There's still that COVID-19 link. And we also have a link to the state website, so mass.gov, where it shows the case counts. And by community, it's updated every week, so you can see the Ipswich numbers. But as of today, again, we're at 71, so we've been doing really well. So thank you to everyone who's been trying their best to practice all these important protocols to keep each other safe. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, Colleen. And to elaborate a little on the website, ipswichma.gov, we also, our COVID link now will take you to a brand new web service and hosting site that we're set up for COVID-19. We used a separate service, gave it a fresh look, has a lot of extra bells and whistles, and we've streamlined a lot of the information. So you still go to our homepage, still click the COVID link, but it is going to redirect you to another page that we've set up using an outside service to give an update on COVID-19. We can get press releases out quick, and also we've been using that same firm to update with press releases and other public health information related to COVID as we move forward here. So I just wanted to let you know that's on our website as well, so keep an eye out for that. And with that, now I'm going to bring in Chris Bevilacqua to give us an update on what's going on with the YMCA, their upcoming summer programs, and also an update on our first collaborative effort to do a drive-in movie. So I think we're going to have some positive things to say about that.
Thanks, Tony. Over at the Y, we are excited to be moving forward and getting ready to reopen and the different stages as they roll out from the state. So with phase 2 rolling out, we are looking forward to getting started with camp. So our Camp Cedar Mill property and our Camp Dory properties will be opening, and we'll be starting on June 22nd. We'll be doing a small week to start and then ramping up as we move into subsequent weeks. So we're very excited about that. We are also gearing up to open our outdoor pool and splash pad. Again, we are pulling everything together and putting a schedule together. No official start date on that one yet, but with outdoor splash pads and outdoor pools being part of Phase 2 opening, we are looking to get those open as soon as possible. Once we have a schedule and timeline ready, we will be advertising to the community, so be on the lookout for that. And lastly, we are planning with the go ahead to do some outdoor classes. We are looking to do a couple of outdoor group exercise classes starting next week. Again, finalizing the schedule and plan for that. No official start date yet, but as soon as we have that wrapped up, we will be advertising it out. So again, be on the lookout on our Facebook page and on our website. So really excited, everyone's really excited to get things going, and then Phase 3 is when we would be able to open the actual facility. So that's still a ways away, but we have been doing plenty of cleaning. We have spaced out our equipment. We're ready to go and bring people in limited capacities, so that we can get people going once Phase 3 opens. And lastly, we had our first collaborative drive-in with the town last Friday, I believe it was now. We showed Toy Story 4 in the high school parking lot. We had 40 cars come in, and it was great. It was fantastic. Big 50-foot movie screen. It felt like a genuine drive-in. Everyone had a great time. Everyone was super responsible. It was really nice, and we were very grateful to have a police detail there. Really nice community, collaborative effort. Everyone followed the guidelines. Went really well. So with the success of that event, we are planning on hosting 2 more drive-ins over the course of the summer. We don't have the dates quite yet, but I will be working with Tony to figure out when those will be, and once we have them, we will be advertising them through our website and on our Facebook page. And yeah, that's about what we have going on for now at the Y.
All right, great. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it. And like Chris said, as soon as we pick those dates, we'll get them out to the public so everybody can. Who didn't get a chance to take advantage of the first one can hopefully take advantage of the second one, so, and maybe the third one. So more to follow on that. And up last but certainly not least, it'll be Lieutenant John Hubbard to give us an update of what's going on with our Mass Emergency Management Agency and also our local emergency response plan as well.
Thanks, Tony. Just a couple brief updates on the emergency management side. We've submitted our first round of funding requests for FEMA for the Disaster Assistance Fund. The total for that request was $104,000. We've been working very closely with all the town departments to make sure all the PPE requests and cleaning supplies that they've purchased during this disaster have been accounted for, and that's where we came up with that funding request. So that's been submitted. We're working on getting a timeline when we'll get that money back so we can start reimbursing some of these departments who had to expend quite a bit of money to keep all their employees safe and keep us open for business during this time period. We're still working with the Emergency Management Agency. They've kind of stepped back a little bit on their staffing levels, but we're still working very closely with them. The conference calls have come to an end, but they're still supplying us with PPE if we request it, and they've been providing us masks that we can hand out to citizens, which we've delivered to the Council on Aging. So if anybody needs a mask, a cloth mask, they do have some at the Council on Aging that can be distributed. In regards to other things going around town, I know a major thing that we're working on right now is the wharf project. I checked in with them yesterday. The ramp has been poured. They're just waiting to be able to put the excavator on the ramp. The concrete needs to harden enough to put the excavator on the ramp so they can put the wall protection back in place to keep the ramp safe. Once that's done, the ramp will be open for use for launching only. We still have some more work to do on the seawall, so by Monday, people should be able to launch their boats. Just a reminder, though, there will not be any dock facilities, so you'll have to launch your boat, get on it at the ramp, and then head out. And there should be limited parking at that point as well. The contractors assured us they will try to clear up some of the spots so people can park and leave their trailers. That's about it for me right now.
All right, great. All right, thanks, John. So that concludes our show for today, Ipswich. Again, just a reminder, Saturday, June 27th at 9 a.m. is town meeting out at the field behind the high school. Please plan on attending, whether you want to stay safe in your cars and use our radio station and electronic clickers, or if you want to venture into the tent. Both will be available for you. The select board will be discussing on June 24th They talked about this last night at our meeting. They'll be discussing the potential of lowering the quorum as the legislature has passed to allow them to do that, but they have not decided to do that yet. Currently, our quorum is 200, so we want to get everybody there so we can hit our quorum, do the town's business, and move on our regular business for Saturday, June 27th. So please do that and give us a call if you have any questions with regard to town meeting, any concerns or things you don't think we've addressed already. But again, it is Saturday, June 27th at 9 a.m. and the grassy field there behind the tennis courts behind the high school. Thank you very much, Ipswich. Have a great weekend and stay safe.